Have you ever found yourself wide awake at 2 in the morning, staring at the ceiling, while the rest of the world seems to be peacefully asleep? Or maybe you felt that heavy, sluggish feeling all day long, like you're running on empty, no matter how many cups of tea you have. If that sounds familiar, you are certainly not alone. I hear from so many wonderful people in our community who say that their sleep just isn't what it used to be. And it's frustrating, isn't it? Because when you don't sleep well, nothing else seems to work quite right. But what if I told you that the secret to feeling more energetic, sharper, and even adding more vibrant years to your life might not be in a pill or a complicated diet, but in something much simpler? Something we all do, or try to do, every single night. It's about sleep. But not just any sleep. I'm talking about the timing of your sleep. You see, recent science is showing us that when you sleep can be just as important as how long you sleep, especially for those of us in our golden years. So, in our time together today, and over the next couple of videos, we're going to explore the best sleep time for seniors over 70 to truly boost health and longevity. This isn't about adding one more chore to your list. It's about making a small, gentle shift that can have a profound impact on your overall well-being. We'll talk about why our sleep patterns change as we get wiser, what that magical sweet spot for going to bed might be, and how aligning with your body's natural rhythm can help protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and fill your days with more energy. Now, to understand where we're going, we first need to understand what's happening in our bodies. It's not your imagination that sleep feels different after 70. Our internal clock, what the doctors call our circadian rhythm, naturally begins to shift as we age. Think of this clock as a tiny conductor inside your brain, orchestrating all the rhythms of your body, when you feel hungry, when you feel alert, and when you feel sleepy. For many of us, this conductor starts scheduling the sleep concert a little earlier in the evening. That's why you might find yourself feeling genuinely tired at 8 or 9 o'clock, even if you fought it for years. This shift is perfectly normal. It's often called advanced sleep phase syndrome, which sounds very clinical, but it simply means your body's preferred sleep window is moving earlier. So, if you're going to bed at 9 p.m. and waking up refreshed at 5 a.m., that's not necessarily a problem. In fact, that might be your body's way of telling you what it needs. The trouble starts when we fight this natural rhythm too hard, or when other factors, like an afternoon nap that lasts a bit too long, or the blue light from our television sets, throw that delicate internal conductor off beat. When that happens, we can find ourselves in this frustrating cycle of being exhausted by evening, but then wide awake in the dead of night. This is where the concept of a consistent bedtime becomes so powerful. You see, our bodies thrive on routine. That internal conductor loves a predictable schedule. When you go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every day, even on weekends, you are sending a clear, strong signal to your brain, reinforcing that natural rhythm. It's like tuning a fine instrument. The more consistent you are, the sweeter the music, or in this case, the deeper and more restorative your sleep becomes. Now, you might be thinking, but I've never been a routine person, or my schedule changes every day. And I understand that. Life happens. But this isn't about being rigid or punishing yourself. It's about gentle consistency. Let's start with a small step. Think about what time you naturally start to feel those first signs of sleepiness in the evening. Is it around 9:30? Maybe 10? Let's choose a target bedtime that feels achievable, perhaps 10 p.m., and aim for that, give or take 20 minutes. Do the same for your wake-up time. If you usually get up at 6:30, try to stick close to that, whether you slept perfectly or not. By anchoring these 2 points in your day, you are giving your body's internal clock the stability it craves, and you'll be amazed at how, after a week or so, you might start feeling sleepy right on cue and waking up just before your alarm, feeling more restored. But a consistent bedtime is only one piece of the puzzle. The other, and this is a truly fascinating one, is the profound connection between our sleep timing and what's known as our body restoration cycle. There's a period of sleep, typically occurring between the hours of about 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., that is particularly rich in deep, slow-wave sleep. This is the most physically restorative stage of sleep. It's when your body does its most important repair work, muscles are mended, tissues are regenerated, and your immune system is recharged. It's like the overnight maintenance crew that comes in to fix everything and get you ready for a new day. If we are consistently asleep before this golden window begins, we are perfectly positioned to soak up all of its incredible benefits. Think of it like catching the best part of a television show. If you tune in too late, you miss the crucial beginning. It's the same with sleep. Being in a deep, restful state before 10 p.m. allows your body to fully immerse itself in this critical restoration phase. This is one of the key reasons why a bedtime between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. is so often recommended for our age group. It aligns our sleep schedule with this powerful, natural repair cycle, helping to keep our physical health robust and our defenses strong. So, we've started to see how listening to our body's natural, earlier rhythm and aiming for a consistent bedtime before that 10 p.m. mark can set the stage for truly restorative sleep. But of course, knowing what to do and actually making it happen are two different things, especially when you're lying in bed with a mind that just won't quiet down. That's where we'll pick things up next time, because we're going to talk about some wonderfully simple and effective ways to wind down your body and calm your mind in the hour before bed, creating a peaceful sanctuary that invites sleep in. It's all about creating a gentle, evening ritual that signals to your whole being that it's time to rest. It's a common feeling, isn't it? You've had a long, perfectly normal day, you're physically tired, you get into bed expecting to drift off, and suddenly, your mind decides it's the perfect time to host a festival of thoughts. You're replaying a conversation from 20 years ago, making a mental grocery list, wondering if you locked the back door, and thinking about what your grandson said all at the same time. It's exhausting. And it's one of the biggest thieves of that precious, deep sleep we were just talking about. So, how do we gently tell that busy mind of ours that the workday is over? It's all about creating a bridge, a peaceful, gentle transition between the busyness of your day and the tranquility of sleep. This isn't about forcing yourself to relax, that never works. It's about coaxing your nervous system, slowly and kindly, into a state of calm. Think of it like cooling down after a good walk. You wouldn't just stop suddenly, you'd slow your pace for a few minutes to let your heart rate settle. Your mind needs the very same thing. One of the most powerful ways to build this bridge is by dimming the lights in your home about an hour before you plan to head to bed. Now, I know this might sound too simple to make a difference, but bear with me. Our brains are hardwired to associate darkness with sleep and light with wakefulness. For thousands of years, the setting sun was our body's primary signal that it was time to wind down. But in our modern world, we've flooded our evenings with artificial light, especially the bluish light from our televisions, tablets, and phones. This light tricks our brain into thinking it's still daytime, suppressing the production of a vital sleep hormone called melatonin. Melatonin is essentially the key that starts the engine of sleep. If we don't produce enough of it, the engine just won't turn over. So, try this tonight. About 60 minutes before bed, make a conscious effort to turn off the overhead lights and switch to a soft, warm lamp in the room where you're relaxing. If you're reading, a small reading light directed only at your book is perfect. This simple act of embracing the dimness is a powerful signal to your internal conductor. It's like whispering, "The day is ending now. It's time to rest." And if you do use a tablet or phone for reading, please see if it has a blue light filter or night shift mode in the settings, which gives the screen a warmer, orange tint. It makes a world of difference. Now, while you're sitting in that soft, warm light, this is the perfect opportunity to introduce what I like to call a worry download. This is a wonderfully practical technique for dealing with that racing mind. Keep a small notepad and a pen on your bedside table. In that hour before bed, if you find thoughts swirling, just pick up that pad and write them down. It doesn't have to be elegant or even in full sentences. Just a quick list: call Doctor tomorrow, buy milk, remember to wish Margaret a happy birthday. The act of physically writing it down gets it out of your head and onto the paper, effectively telling your brain, it's safe to let this go for now. I have it captured. I can handle it in the morning. It's a way of closing the open tabs in your mind's browser. You'll be surprised at how much lighter you feel. And let's not forget the body itself. While our mind is busy thinking, our body can be holding onto the physical tension of the day, and our shoulders, our neck, our jaw. A wonderfully calming way to release this is through a very gentle, simple breathing exercise. You can do this right in your chair or when you're already in bed. It's called box breathing, and it's as simple as it is effective. Just breathe in slowly through your nose to a count of 4, hold that breath gently for a count of 4, then breathe out slowly through your mouth to a count of 4, and then hold, with your lungs empty, for a count of 4. And then you simply begin again. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4. The beauty of this is that it gives your mind a single, simple, rhythmic task to focus on, which pushes all those other noisy thoughts aside. At the same time, this kind of slow, deep breathing tells your nervous system to switch from alert to calm. It's a direct line to relaxation. These small rituals, the dim lights, the worry download, the gentle breathing, they aren't complicated. They're small gifts of kindness you give to yourself at the end of the day. They form a new routine that your body and mind will quickly come to recognize and appreciate. And when you combine this calming hour with that consistent, earlier bedtime we discussed, you are creating the perfect conditions for sleep to find you naturally. But there's another piece to this puzzle, one that happens not at night, but in the morning. Because how you start your day has a profound effect on how you end it. And that's where we'll turn our attention next, to explore one of the most powerful, yet simple, things you can do in the morning to solidify your new sleep rhythm and wake up feeling truly refreshed. There's nothing quite like the feeling of waking up naturally, without an alarm, feeling genuinely rested and ready for the day, is there? It's a feeling we all deserve, and it's often the clearest sign that our body's natural rhythm is in harmony. Now that we've created such a peaceful and inviting end to our day, it's time to talk about how we start the new one. Because the first hour after you wake up is just as important as the last hour before you sleep. It's about setting the stage for the entire day to come, and most importantly, it's about reinforcing that beautiful, natural sleep-wake cycle we've been nurturing. So, let's talk about morning light. It's the most powerful tool we have to reset our internal clock each and every day. Remember how we talked about dimming the blue lights in the evening to signal that it's time for sleep? Well, bright light in the morning does the exact opposite. When sunlight, or even bright indoor light, enters our eyes first thing in the morning, it sends a strong, clear signal to that internal conductor in our brain to stop producing melatonin, the sleep hormone, and to start producing cortisol, which gently wakes us up and makes us feel alert. It's like a natural alarm clock that sets your entire system to daytime mode. Now, I know what you might be thinking. It's not always sunny, or I wake up before the sun. That's perfectly all right. The goal here is simply to seek out brightness. If the sun is up, try to spend just 10 or 15 minutes sitting near a window with your morning cup of tea or coffee. Even better, if you're able, take that cup and sit on your porch, patio, or balcony. You don't need to be in direct sunlight, the ambient morning light is perfectly powerful enough. If it's a gloomy day or you're up before dawn, simply turning on all the bright lights in your kitchen or living room can do the trick. This daily dose of morning light is like giving your internal clock a reliable nudge, saying, "Good morning, the day has begun." And by doing this consistently, you are strengthening your body's rhythm, making it easier to feel sleepy at the right time in the evening. Another gentle habit that can make a world of difference is something we often overlook: hydration. After 6, 7, or even 8 hours of sleep, your body is mildly dehydrated. You haven't had a sip of water all that time. And dehydration can often masquerade as fatigue or that groggy feeling we sometimes call brain fog. So, before you reach for that first cup of coffee or tea, try drinking a full glass of water. Keep one right on your nightstand if it helps you remember. This simple act of rehydrating first thing helps to kickstart your system, flush out toxins, and can often clear away that morning haziness better than anything else. It's a small act of care for your body that pays dividends in how you feel throughout the entire morning. Now, I want to take a moment to address something that can quietly sabotage even the best sleep intentions, and that's the substances we consume, particularly in the later part of the day. I'm talking about alcohol and caffeine. Now, I'm not here to tell you to give up your evening glass of wine or your afternoon cup of tea. Life is for living, and we should enjoy the things we love. But it is helpful to understand how they work so we can make small, smart adjustments. Let's start with caffeine. It's a wonderful stimulant, but its effects can linger in our system for much longer than we realize, often for 6, even 8 hours. As we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to it. So, that cup of coffee you have with your afternoon dessert at 3 p.m. could still be subtly circulating in your system at 9 or 10 p.m., making it harder for you to fall into that deep, restorative sleep we talked about. It's like a gentle foot on the brake when you're trying to slow down. A good rule of thumb is to consider a caffeine curfew. Maybe that means switching to decaffeinated tea or coffee after your lunch hour. It's a small change that can have a big impact on the quality of your rest. And then there's alcohol. It's true that a glass of wine might make you feel sleepy initially, and it can help you drift off. But here's the catch: as your body metabolizes the alcohol later in the night, it actually disrupts the architecture of your sleep. It dramatically reduces that all-important deep sleep and REM sleep, which is the stage associated with dreaming and mental restoration. So, while you might fall asleep faster, the sleep you get is much more fragmented and less restorative. You might find yourself waking up frequently or waking in the morning feeling unrefreshed. Simply being aware of this can help you make choices that support your sleep, like perhaps having your last drink a bit earlier in the evening and always following it with a glass of water. So, let's just take a gentle look back at the path we've walked together. We started by understanding our body's natural desire for an earlier, consistent bedtime to catch that golden window of physical restoration. We then built a peaceful bridge to sleep with dim lights, a worry download, and calming breaths. And today, we've talked about how to greet the morning with light and hydration, and how to be mindful of the things that might be quietly interrupting our slumber. These aren't drastic changes. They are gentle nudges. Small, consistent shifts in your daily rhythm that, when added together, create a powerful current towards better health, more energy, and greater longevity. This is about empowerment. It's about knowing that you have the ability to influence how you feel each day. You have the tools to work with your body's wisdom, not against it. I would truly love to hear about your experiences. Have you tried dimming the lights an hour before bed? Did you notice a difference? What's one small change you're thinking of making? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Our community is a wonderful place of support and shared wisdom. If you found this helpful, and you'd like to join me for more conversations like this, please do give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps us reach other wonderful people like you. Remember, my friend, your golden years are a time to thrive, to feel your best, and to enjoy the profound peace that comes from a good night's rest. Here's to your health, your happiness, and to waking up each day feeling refreshed and ready to embrace the joy of living.